Break the board sports. It's your boy RJ Cash. Click that like, hit subscribe. Super Bowl 60 is upon us. We got the Seattle Seahawks at the New England Patriots, and quarterback Sam Darnold here leading the Seattle Seahawks as a 4.5-point favorite. The total has dropped to 45.5. But how about Sam Darnold resurrecting his career with the Seahawks? And really, this started last year with the Minnesota Vikings. Then he had those bad 2 games at the end of the year and then got routed in the playoffs against the Rams. But it got me to thinking, what happens now? Like whether Sam Darnold does or does not win the Super Bowl, I think this has a ripple effect through the NFL, right? And I equate this to, we always talk about Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert. But you also got to think about the guys that were almost throwaways. Like people wanted to give up on Trevor Lawrence. Now look at him this year. You know, he had Urban Meyer, Doug Pearson. Now gets the right head coach, gets him back on track. And it's very much a win league now, right? Like we all know that. It's NFL stands for not for long. Whether you're a head coach or you're a quarterback, you get drafted in the first, second round. They want to make a determination in your first 3-4 starts, the guy can play or he cannot play, right? So now what's that look like? And it got me to thinking, all right, Sam Darnold resurrected his career. He was with the Jets. We know how pathetic that franchise is, right? He was with the Carolina Panthers. One could make the argument, you know, that they're kind of wishy-washy, but remember, they were trying to get rid of Bryce Young, talking about moving on from him. And now this year and end of last year and then this year, Bryce Young started to come along. So I know it's a quick trigger, but it got me to thinking, what about these quarterbacks? You know, look at Baker Mayfield, right? With the Browns, hopped around with the Rams, now finally found a home in Tampa. And the guy Sam Darnold replaced in Minnesota, J.J. McCarthy, a lot of people already saying, hey, he can't play this, that, and the other. And I know Minnesota is built to win now, but the question is, God, you got a great offensive coordinator in Kevin O'Connell. I think some of these owners and some of these coaches need to start looking at, hey, got to protect the guy and give him a runway because some of these guys take 4 or 5 years, right? And what if they don't play well? Well, you don't have to sign them to a big deal. Look what Daniel Jones was doing with the Colts. Think about all the quarterbacks, including Pat Mahomes, that won Super Bowls for their teams on their rookie deal, right? Or have gotten to the Super Bowl. We even talk about the Brock Purdy's of the world, and we talk about the cap numbers. Dak Prescott is so good, we got to pay him $50 million. Dallas will never win nothing with him at quarterback because the Seahawks and the Patriots have showed cheap quarterback that's pretty decent, but a great defense and skilled players is where it's at. That's how you win. Yes, you don't pass on a Pat Mahomes. Yes, you don't pass on a Josh Allen. But through and through, listen, Tua, maybe in the right, again, a change of scenery. I mean, listen, Mike McDaniel took Miami to the playoffs twice, but maybe a change of scenery for Tua. Does that change him? We look at Mac Jones. So many expectations for the Patriots. He had Matt Patricia, a defensive guy as the OC. Then you see him go to San Francisco. Same system Sam Darnold was in backing up Brock Purdy, right? So Mac Jones, if I'm a team in the NFL and I got the roster, but I'm kind of borderline trying to find a quarterback, maybe I look that way, right? Mac Jones, I think that should be a hot commodity that nobody's talking about. I mean, think of it this way. The Raiders should draft Fernando Mendoza, right? And everybody's going to want him to come right out. You know, he's the Heisman Trophy winner. But that Raiders team, depending on who they hire as a head coach, is a mess. When I look at Mac Jones, do you bring him in for a year, kind of a bridge? If you're the Minnesota Vikings and you're not sure about J.J. McCarthy, you let Sam Darnold walk already. Is Mac Jones a guy? Because I believe now, you know, he stepped in for San Francisco, looked pretty good, and it's kind of like, give the guy skilled players and some people that can protect him and an offensive coordinator that knows what the hell is going on. Not bad, right? So when you look at that, where are some homes for a Mac Jones? Does Tua look better somewhere else? Do we give J.J. McCarthy time? Look at Malik Willis. Before this past year with the Packers, his couple years before, we had this big cannon, but he was talked about as a project. But nobody wanted to work on the project, right? Didn't look good at Tennessee. The couple times he got in for Green Bay didn't get good. Now look at this year, how he's changed. He's had time to sit behind, had time to figure it out. Does Malik Willis now look good in a different, in some different scenery, right? Again, I look at Daniel Jones. I look at Sam Darnold. I look at Baker Mayfield. Two things: quarterback on a rookie deal, and if they don't play on their good on their rookie deal, not all of them. Now there's obviously exceptions. Zach Wilson, we knew he was too small and all that, but do we give these guys the time to figure it out? Right? Like, look, if I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, why bring back Aaron Rodgers? Go get Mac Jones. Put him with Mike McCarthy. That's what Pittsburgh fans should be talking about right now. Mac Jones, to me, best quarterback here in the National Football League that's available. When I look at Sam Darnold, when I look at Baker Mayfield, I think he fits that bill. Does Malik Willis, we just talked about that. Does Malik fit that bill? Right? So I think when these quarterbacks, we look at Kyler Murray, a guy, his time with the Cardinals has ended. And Kyler's had so many things we've talked about, so much dysfunction, playing video games, not studying. But let's also make the case, just like Darnold with the Jets and with Carolina, right? Just like Mac Jones with the Patriots, that version of the Patriots, he was in there the worst possible couple of years, can make the same case, right? Can make the same case. So what does it look like now moving forward? What if Kyler Murray got to change the scenery? What if Kyler Murray was with a Kyle Shanahan? Now he's not going to be here, but a Kyle Shanahan type. What about Kyler Murray down there in Atlanta, right? Like, listen, are we sure Michael Penix? Like, I'm a Michael Penix fan, but he can't stay healthy. And Kirk Cousins is old. The Falcons are built to win now. What about Mac Jones in Atlanta, right? What about Malik Willis down in Atlanta? Mobile quarterback, can throw the ball. You're down there with Kevin Stefanski, right? So Kyler Murray, where could he go, right? You're finding a new home with a new offensive mind. So I think Sam Darnold, we talked about this with Brock Purdy on the rookie deal. We talked about this when Russell Wilson was on the rookie deal, Seattle going to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. We talked about Pat Mahomes early on, and then we talk about once these guys get these big deals, no matter how friendly they are, no matter how friendly Burrow and Mahomes make the deal, at some point in time, you got to pay the Jalen Hurts, the Dak Prescott. You got to pay him the big, big money. Why? Guys like Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold, and I've been Darnold's biggest critic. These guys are now getting to Super Bowl. So rookie deal or find the retread quarterback that just needs the right situation and the right coordinator to get him headed. Sam Darnold, I was wrong about you. Seattle Seahawks will win the Super Bowl with Sam Darnold, Super Bowl 60. Be interesting this offseason. What direction do NFL teams go? RJ Cash, Break the Board Sports. Click that like, hit subscribe.